taken aback. As most of you know, I'm no minister. I'm no great orator, and I've never done anything like this before. However, how do you say no? I said, of course I would. And not only that I would do it, but it would be an honor to do so. So tonight we gather here to celebrate a life and not mourn a passing. This is how Bill wanted it to be. He didn't want us to be upset that he's gone, although he knew that we would be. He wanted us to smile and maybe even give a little chuckle, remembering the life he lived and shared with each of us. Also, something else that Bill told me. He said he didn't want a long and drawn-out service. If I remember correctly, what he said was, people have better things to do than hang out at a funeral home. So make it quick. Get it over with. People have better things to do, exactly what he told me. So tonight, we're going to do our best to honor your wishes, Bill, even if our hearts are broken a bit with your passing. In the Bible, in Ecclesiastes, in the 3rd chapter, it tells us that there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the sun. There's a time to be born and a time to die. There's a time to plant and a time to reap. There's a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn and a time to dance. There's a time to tear and a time to mend. There's a time for war and a time for peace. Everything under the sun has its time. Bill Kendall's time to be born was May 29th, 1941. He grew up in Cincinnati on the East End. He graduated from Withrow High School. He met Loretta, to whom he was married to for 55 years. He gave Loretta an engagement ring at Lunken Airport. They married in 1963. Bill joined the Army and was stationed in Germany. And while there, his oldest, Barry, was born. Later, the three of them moved back to Cincinnati and their family grew. David came to join the family, and later along came Laura. Bill worked in the trucking industry. He did all kinds of things in the trucking industry. He dispatched, he drove, you name it, he did it. Most of these years were Bill's time to laugh. You see, Bill had a very sharp and quick wit. Most of you knew Bill a lot longer than me. I came into the picture in 2007. However, it didn't take me long to see this quick wit and absolutely hilarious sense of humor. You see, I had just started dating Laura, and I was absolutely smitten with her. And I wanted Bill to know that I was in this for the long haul. I wanted him to know that. And I told him, I just want you to know, Bill, that I really adore your daughter. She is like my angel. I swear at times I can see her wings. Bill kind of nodded, smiled, patted me on the shoulder, and said, son, let me tell you something, even bats have wings. This was Bill's humor. I have to admit, I nearly doubled over laughing. And I knew that Bill and I would become very good friends, which we did. And I am so thankful for that. I was told a story by his granddaughter, Hallie. She used to call. She would call. And she'd say, hi, Grandpa, it's Hallie. Hallie who? Hallie Kendall, your granddaughter. What the hell do you want? This was Bill's sense of humor. It was great. They laughed about it. It was their running joke. Now, I want you all to know something, though. Bill wasn't to be outdone in his humor. The lady he married matched him. Loretta recounted a story to me just a few days ago. It seems that Bill was in the process of putting a new roof on their house. He'd work on it after work and on the weekends and so forth. And it had been raining some. He hadn't been able to get the grass cut. He said, Loretta, could you just cut the sides and I'll get the rest later? So Loretta, she went ahead, she cut the sides. And she decided, I'll take this lawnmower around to the back. Well, it started getting dark, so what she did was she went so that Bill would see when he climbed up on that roof who had been cutting the grass. She cut a great big LK in the back. Bill never asked her to cut the grass again. Then we have a story of the Argyle socks. Now, for some of you youngsters, you have to Google what Argyle socks are. But Argyle socks, Bill was wearing those, and Argyle socks were expensive. And he got a hole in one of his socks, and he said, Loretta, would you mend one of my socks? Would you mend these socks for me? And Loretta said, I don't know how. I don't know how to do that. He said, well, go ask my mom or my grandma. They'll show you how. Well, she went, and they showed her all right. She said, man, you had to sew it this way and sew it that way and go under here and over there. And she said, man, that wore me out. So she got it all done. Well, later on, another pair needed mending. Hey, could you mend those for me? Loretta sewed buttons on it. Folded them up, put them away. Bill unfolded them. What is this? Threw them across the room. Loretta, she calmly folded them up, put them back in the drawer. Never heard another word about mending socks from Bill again. So Bill's life was always punctuated with humor, laughter, and smiles. That was his time to laugh, just like we read in Ecclesiastes. Monday, July 1st, 2019, was that appointed time for Bill to leave us, just as it stated in Ecclesiastes that we all must do at some time. It is our time to mourn, and perhaps we've even cried. However, as I said earlier, Bill didn't want us to be heartbroken, but to be happy for the times he shared with us. Bill touched each of our lives and did so in many different ways. I say let's honor his wishes one last time and look with fondness upon the memories we made with him. He's touched each life in here. You can shed tears that he is gone, or you can smile because he has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that he will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that he has left us. Your heart can be empty because you can't see him, or you can be full of the love that you shared with him. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember him and only that he is gone, or you can cherish his memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what he would want, smile, open your eyes, and go on. At this time, Linda, if you'd like to come up.
Okay. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Linda, Bill's forever daughter-in-law. I came to know the family, the Kendall family, sometime around 1982, and I married Barry in 1984. One of the first things Bill said to me after the wedding, our wedding, was, when the preacher said you may kiss the bride, why did you lick your lips? The teasing never stopped. Here are some things that I'll miss about Bill. I'll miss him sitting on the 5th floor balcony watching everyone at the pool or on the beach in Fort Myers. I'll miss him watching his favorite soap opera that he recorded on the DVR. I'll miss him trying to get me to taste mustard because he knew how much I hated it. I'll miss him telling me to be careful and not to get too hot when cutting the grass on Mount Nebo. I'll miss him constantly teasing Loretta, like when their toilet whistled every time it was flushed. He called it their mating call. And when Loretta put his lifeline necklace around his neck, he asked if that meant they were going steady. I'll miss him teasing me for not calling or showing up when I said I would. And teasing Mike about not calling or showing up when he said he would. I'll miss him teasing Laura about all of her last names. Sorry.
I know. It's okay, I'll go with it.
All right, well, let me tell a story like Dale did. She was having surgery, and Bill and Loretta got there just before they took her back. Laura said, "What took you so long?" And Bill said, "When the nurse asked who I was here to see, I said, Laura Kendall." Nope. Laura Lambert. Nope. Laura Cullen. Got it. I'll miss him always having peanut M&Ms for me and having me try new flavors. I'll miss watching him play with Avery and Kennedy, letting them pretend to brush his pretend hair and letting them put stickers all over him. There are so many things that I'll miss, but most of all, I'll just miss him. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to come up and say a few words? Okay.
You want to go speak?
Could we all stand, please? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Until we meet again, Bill, may peace surround your soul. I'd like to end with this poem. When we are weary and in need of strength, when we are lost and sick at heart, we remember him. When we have joy we crave to share, when we have decisions that are difficult to make, when we have achievements that are based on his, we remember him. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, at the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember him. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, at the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember him. At the rising of the sun and at its setting, we remember him. As long as we live, he too will live, for he is now a part of us as we remember him. Blessings on each and every one of you. May peace find and envelop your hearts. You're all dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you. You did great. I loved it. Thank you all for coming. Thanks, everybody. You all been so supportive, and I love you all for coming. Thanks. Will you